Does anyone warn us that being too kind can be devastating for your own well-being? In this world, we don't always receive as much as we give. Some people are so generous that it drains them financially and emotionally. Could being over-kind even jeopardize our lives? Well, you might be surprised by the negative things that can occur when you're trying to be too kind to other people. Today, I'll share 8 ways kindness is devastating to your daily life and offer 4 strong ways to prevent people from taking advantage of you. Without wasting any time, let's go straight into number 1. Number 1. Stoicism says that we should strive to live using reason and knowledge, thus preventing being ruled by emotion. By living our beliefs and principles, we build a good image that can handle false accusations. Even though we might wish things were different, the truth is, there are many people in this world that, unfortunately, are not kind. So if you're a kind person, others might be suspicious instead of impressed with and being thankful. It won't take long before your kindness makes people wonder what's going on with you and what secret plans you might have. This means that you've come across a group of suspicious people, but it's more likely that they're just being honest. Most people who try to help too much are doing so because they are trying to gain something from you. So it's best to stay away from them and turn down their offers of help. Let's see how you can stop folks from taking advantage of you. Number 2, you'll have too high of hopes for people. You might expect a lot from people, but a wise person said we should accept things as they are. We shouldn't rely on others to make us happy. Giving without assuming people will do something in return, prevents disappointment, and helps you keep your emotions in check. This can make your mind feel relaxed. To be honest, it's tough to be completely selfless. When we give all that we have, we tend to expect others to do the same, especially when we need help. If you do everything for others all the time, they'll start expecting it. You'll end up handling everyone's issues on top of your own. And if you don't look after your things, how could you possibly look after others? The truth is, your hope that people will give back may not come true. You could start feeling sad, tired, or even upset. But if we take a practical view, people are not disappointing you. They are just doing what they should be doing, which is taking care of their responsibilities. Number 3, your goals will not be taken into account. The Stoics said, live wisely and be good. Take care of yourself first, and don't lose who you are for others. If you always prioritize others over yourself, you might run away from your problems and fears. How do you feel when you spend the weekend alone or come home every day without anyone to welcome you? If you keep doing things to escape from yourself, it'll be even harder when you eventually have to face your issues. Also, you'll feel even worse as you start neglecting your own needs and focusing on others. Taking care of yourself is an important part of being healthy. Before you can help others, make sure you are happy, you're well treated and satisfied. It's like on an aeroplane, where in case of the cabin losing air, you have to put on your own oxygen mask first, even though you want to help the person next to you. If you don't, it will end up worse for the both of you. Remember, you come first. Number 4, people will only expect you to give them something. The Stoics say real worth comes from acting good and logical, not just doing what others want. Being moderate and giving in a balanced way helps you control your actions and avoid bad habits that harm your mental health. People are creatures of habit. People like routine and familiar things. The idea of the comfort zone comes from this desire for stability. So, if you want to keep giving to others all of the time, they'll come to expect it and they'll get used to it. They won't do their responsibilities because you always do them. If you don't value yourself, don't expect others to tell you to think about yourself. People you help will stick to their ways, like a modern-day Robin Hood, even if it's not good for them. Number 5, people will think you are weak and treat you that way. Stoicism says we should be strong and control ourselves. This means setting limits and being disciplined. When we do this, we show others that we take our responsibilities and ideals seriously. They will respect us and not see us as weak. If you help others too much, you might become an expert in your area. But when you don't set limits, people might see you as weak. They'll come to you to avoid their responsibilities because they know you won't say no. However, when you start using the word no, they'll start respecting you. Number 6, you'll have a lot of people who only come to you when they need something. Stoicism teaches us to be as wise as possible by using only logical reasoning to make our decisions. With self-control and perspective, we can tell who is genuine and who wants to take advantage of us. This way, we don't waste our time and energy on people who only show up when they need something. It's not surprising if your so-called friend suddenly only want to be around you when they need help. Something's wrong. Most people don't invite their co-workers for a chat, and that's not fair. So you should learn how to prevent people from taking advantage of you using the method I'll share at the end. Number 7, you'll only get people who want something and never those who want to give. We can make real and good relationships when we judge carefully. People come into our lives because their energies match ours. If we have low energy, we attract negative, depressed, and unkind people who want to hurt us. But if our energy is high, we attract people of kindness, excitement, hard work, and joy. When we give too much to everyone, we lose a lot of energy and our vibration becomes low. This attracts needy people and opportunists who only want to take from us without saying thanks. Number 8, you could end up getting hooked on something. Stoics told folks to stay calm and in control of themselves. Self-discipline in giving helps us avoid bad habits and keeps our actions and choices in good shape. We don't have enough of something all the time. We start wanting more. And that's how addiction begins. Some days someone close might notice you drinking too much, not just water, but also eating too much or gambling too much. Listen carefully to what someone who cares about you says. Your first reaction might be to get a bit angry and say you have no problems at all, but that's how people usually act when they're too wrapped up in their issues to see that they actually have one. Always remember that people who care about you want what's best for you, so pay attention to their advice. They're trying to help you stop failing and move ahead. Let's see how you can stop folks from taking advantage of you. Strategy number 1, pay attention to your feelings because they're trying to tell you something. This idea comes from Stoics who believe in being self-aware, so notice on how you feel. The Stoics emphasized on taking the time to think about your emotions. By thinking through your emotions, you can figure out if you're giving too much and wearing yourself out mentally. Having these emotions means there is something to think about and address that you have not done yet. Strategy number 2, don't fear saying no. Like the wise Stoics, realize that your time and your energy are important and need a balanced approach. Showing self-control means that you can say no when you're busy or when a request isn't fair. Though saying no might feel tough and bring up bad feelings, it is normal. Try to make sure you use rationality to decide whether you really want to say yes or no. The more you make a conscious choice, the easier it gets. Strategy number 3, reserve some time and space for yourself. Follow the Stoic values of self-discipline and self-respect. Do things you enjoy like exercise, drawing, or listening to music with tea. Finish your tasks promptly so you have this time. Take it seriously and schedule it daily or weekly. If someone asks for help during that time, they must be understanding, or you can suggest helping later. Strategy number 4, recognize energy vampires and keep your distance. Follow Stoic principles. It's crucial to know which relationships are uplifting and which ones drain you. Avoid people who constantly sap your energy without offering anything positive. Helping them won't work. They thrive on complaints and problems. Well, that's the end of this journey, and I hope these tips help. You're a vital part of this channel, so give us a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And don't forget to check out our ebook on Stoicism for more wisdom. Thanks for watching.